Whew, man. Wacky stuff, huh? Silly things are going on, huh? Goofy things, huh? Silly. Haha. Funny. Goofy. Silly. Haha. What's up? We're here. Let's get through some of this stupid shit within Volt White 2. Where the fuck is it? DS. Oh boy, man. Let's go. I don't think there was anything in the mountains that I wanted. I don't think so. Not that I can think of. Alright, well. Going into a mountain to ransack the mountain. Hello, Bianca. Nothing inside the mountain, if I recall correctly. Wild area changes. We're in Reversal Mountain, right? Alright. Yeah, there's nothing here. Okay, we're gonna use our repels and shit. Double battle. Okay, random thingamabob here, okay. Of course I missed the will-o-wisp. Oh, okay. Nice follow me, bro. So I know you're supposed to be able to get Heatran in here, right? I think you get Heatran. Flamethrower, very good. Charcoal, pretty good. Two pretty good items there. Nothing here. Doesn't matter, I got the good items, so I don't give a shit. I will purge all of the trainers that are in here. I will do it. I will accomplish it. Keep missing my will-o-wisp. And I've been eternally punished for both my miss. As always. Always punished. Cringe. Imagine having Ice Shard in the Year of Our Lord 2024. I don't have Earthquake on this thing. God damn it. shit. Man, I love having to deal with TMs and shit. My favorite shit, to be honest. Rock polish. Nice. Make sure we're being quite thorough. There are plenty of items and I want them all. Oh, okay. Time to get rid of shitty flame burst that I forgot to get rid of on Chandelure for flamethrower. Like, should you have been able to live that? No, you should not have been able to live that. You should have died. But unfortunately, bad fire move means, well, living. Was that Cybash, the stupid shield move? Interesting. Well, anyway, we got flamethrower now. Very good, lovely. Goodbye, shitty flame burst. Say hello to flamethrower. Alright, goodbye. Your soul has been reduced to complete utter shreds. Goodbye, Dragon Rush. Hello, Outrage. So yes, if you come back here with the Magma Stone, that's where you can get Heatran and Reversal Mountain. Very cool and good. I see another item. Which means I must have it. I will leave this infernal mountain. Hello. Oh, eventually I will get a better fucking grass move. Bro lived with 1 HP. Let me guess, you have the other Wormadam? Yes. Death to Worminams. That guy per head tap's not the way forward then. Dead. Dick swinging like Hypno. Are you actually for... Fuck you. Getting fucking paralyzed, immediately fucking haxed. Just annoying. Another flame orb? Yeah, fucking Magical Leaf, who would have thought? Doesn't cut it anymore. Shit move. I will take Sleep Powder, though. Give to me Sleep Powder. Monkey. Goodbye, monkey. All right. What's up, dorks? Immediately get hit with the curse body is definitely very annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Still fucking disabled is so annoying. Chicken. Return. And a nugget. Yeah, I think we're almost done with this particular leg of the journey. This should be the final floor, I think. Oh, never mind, we're done here. Ugh. We're out. Undella Town. Scald is pretty good. I'll take Scald. Hi, Cynthia. Caitlin! Duroc! I'll take Waterfall, fuck yes. Alright, cool. So, the next Q fight's around here somewhere, so we made it to Undella Town. Yay. What is available in the wild here? Frillish. I want a Frillish. Yeah, Caitlin from... Listen, we all remember Caitlin from Gen 4. How she's like... Well, she's one of the battle heads along with her butler, Duroc. But she becomes a member of the Elite Four in this game. And she's still, you know, she's a psychic. Many such cases, but she has a butler. Yeah. The guy you battle with, for example, in Renegade Platinum, normally that battle is not there, I'm pretty sure. It's only reserved for the Battle Frontier. Duroc, that's Caitlin's butler. And we're gonna get ourselves a Frillish. I like Frillish. I like Jellicent. Jellicent's a pretty good Pokemon. Amazing. Okay. What do we got here with our fucking boy Hugh? Besides leading with the Swallow as always. Hugh. I think it's about time I think we gave everyone a level up, because I think there's a bunch of people we can evolve now, so why don't we just do that? Now, why don't we do that and also yap about the Nintendo stuff? We got some goofy ass things to talk about. We got it's a goofy day today. Yeah, I'm being too woke. Yeah, we'll get to Liberation Day soon enough. Let's start with the real news, okay? We're doing this as in the most appropriate way possible. Oh yeah, we're apparently like us and Mexico have been exempt from them, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Just hold on. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're doing this as appropriately as possible. Okay, what's up? Alright. Actually, probably is not a big deal for me to have the fucking background music because this does not get copyrighted. Oh, fuck it, we'll do it. Sure. We're doing the autism overload shit, you know, sensory, screen. Now this is how you do it. This is the stream of the future, by the way. This is how all political commentators should do it. I mean, okay, this is basically what Destiny does, but hey, who gives a shit? This feels dank, man. Gotta do it for this. Gotta do it for Gen Alpha. It's not about the Zoomers anymore, let's be honest. Also, this will give me an opportunity to be able to update everybody's moveset. So that's another reason why I also want to do this. Alright, so how about we get started? Okay, so there was a Nintendo Direct today. And a lot of stuff was covered. More specifically, the release date of the Switch 2, which is launching on June 5th of this year. Which, you know, fantastic, brilliant, very cool, and good. We love that for ourselves, of course, of course, of course. I'm trying to think, like... I know that a lot of people are talking about the pricing, right? You know, the performances and stuff, shit like that. A lot of people are, like, doom posting or whatever, saying that this is going to be, like, a generational flop for Nintendo. And I'm just like, honestly, like, maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, what games are announced that are interesting. Well, Bloodborne 2 was announced to be exclusive for the Switch 2. So, you know, we already know a bunch of people. $150 more seems fair considering what we're getting. I agree, Boy Meets Mini. Like, I don't understand why people are complaining about the cost of the Switch 2. And also $80 fucking games. I mean, $80 digital games is pretty crazy, but, like, Nintendo already has, like, I mean, $80 Canadian. I'm assuming this is probably $80 US, which is an increase of $20 fucking dollars. I don't think the console pricing is the problem. I think the console pricing's honestly fine. I'll be honest. Really do not have a problem with the console pricing. I'm trying to think, like... It wasn't that long ago when, like, games were, like, $80, right? Not really. We had $80 games back in the 90s, but that's because the tech just was not as good back then. The game pricing def feels greedy. I wonder if physical games will go up too. I assume they probably will go up more, right? They probably will go up higher. Because they're physical, right? That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know. Like, I don't know if if this is like 100% greedy yet or not. That I'm not certain of. Is it certainly like an increase from what it used to be? Maybe. It's pushing it, but I mean, like GTA 6 for example is $100, right? Or at least that's what they're pushing for at Rockstar, right? $100 for GTA 6, and for how long has that game been in development? Also, yeah, like we also have to think about inflation as well, right? That's another factor too. And I mean, considering that, well, we have to bring this up now. But with the tariffs that are going to be happening, guess where Switch 2s are being produced? Vietnam. And Vietnam just got hit with a 46% tariff. General tariff. Because, again, since Donald Trump's an idiot, he doesn't understand that, like, American products are fucking dog shit. And that's why they get, well, tariffed generally. Since America is as big of a country as it is, and its sort of like cultural pull is as powerful as it is, generally speaking, like it's a much easier for their products to get sold because they can just muscle their way through the competition because they're the much more significantly bigger and more powerful country, obviously. So guess what? They are able to muscle their way through markets more easily, especially with the threat of military force. That's how it used to work historically. Or at the very least, that's how it used to work. Not anymore. Globalized economy has made it such that that's not really the case anymore. As much as Trump would like it to be the case, because he's a stupid bully. But, you know, that's all besides the point. Trying to think of what I was going to say exactly. Yeah, that's all besides the point. So it's a lot easier for American products to muscle their way into other markets. But the problem is with deregulation being as bad as it is, the quality of American products has like pretty much gone down the drain. And at this point, like America is more known for like producing sort of more so for making like intermediary complex products. Electronic equipment. Well, that doesn't get produced in the US. Not electronic equipment. Like oil refinery. America has the most advanced oil refining facilities on the planet, for example. And medical equipment. America produces some of the best medical equipment. So basically, like, due to these tariffs, I anticipate that this price is going to go up because these are produced in Vietnam, and Vietnam just got hit with a 46% tariff. Now, the question is Trump going to back down from that? That's ultimately another question. Blah, 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 blah. That shouldn't affect digital game prices. Not really. I don't know. What was the tariff that Japan got hit with? They got hit with a 10% at least. Maybe a little more. And I know there's like a bunch of stuff in terms of American auto manufacturing, but here's the thing. Again, I've said this before. If you wanted your products to sell better, Trump, and not get hit with like all these dumb tariffs, like America should just produce better products. But what? We have Mario Kart World, which is the new Mario Kart game with 24 fucking people in it with like Forza mechanics in it. Is $80 fucking dollars. A new Donkey Kong, a 3D Donkey Kong game. I think also Kirby Air Riders with Sakurai as the game director as well, you know. But $70 for the new Donkey Kong game. I don't know how much these prices are going to change when the tariffs hit. I anticipate they're probably not going to change that much. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure how I feel about an open world Mario Kart. I don't know either, to be honest. I honestly, like, it's a change to the formula. I don't have a problem with it in particular, to be honest. I'm okay with it, because, it's a switch up. It's a change. So I guess I'm okay with that. because there's like, hey, let's switch it up. Which overall, like, that's fine. I don't really have much of a problem with that. I'm trying to think, like, what else did get announced? I already mentioned the Bloodborne 2. There's Enter the Gungeon 2 also, I think, that got announced. Fascinating, fantastic, very neat and cool. What else? Anything else of interest that got announced? I don't think so. I'd have to look at the Direct again to really know what exactly. Let me open up the video with the Nintendo Direct. Nintendo Direct. A bunch of the ports that are happening. Donkey Kong, Bloodborne 2, bunch of other shit. All the stuff that's getting ported over. The wheelchair game. I think that's about it, right? It's mostly about Switch 2, Mario Kart, and Donkey Kong. To be fair, there is quite a lot of stuff that's coming out like instantly for the Switch 2. One of the biggest problems with the Switch's launch is that it did not have a lot of games available, to be honest, and that was pretty shit. That seems to be a problem that has certainly been remedied. So I think that's an improvement in of itself already. So I think that's good. Whereas with, in terms of, like, pricing, I mean, games used to be about $90 back in the 90s, back before the technology got improved. This is mostly just, I think, like, the sort of prices that everything is at, more or less is in line with inflation and shit like that. Like, for how long have games been $60, right? I think, like, at least 10 plus years, they've been $60. And there was certainly a price decrease, right? At least 8 years. So it was about time for there to be an increase. Not that I'm saying that it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not really giving a prescription on that. I just, like, don't be surprised. I'm not surprised that it got, the prices had an increase. I'll be quite honest. For good or for bad, but, you know, that's just, like, capitalisming, you know, like, yeah, that's capitalism for you, true and real. But yeah, a lot of the people that are going crazy over this, like, the pricing, I think, are just kind of silly, to be honest. Like, this was kind of inevitable. This was always going to happen. So, I don't know. That's really all I have to say about that, I think. Get rid of that. Better moves. I still don't have Shadow Ball. We'll give you Focus Blast for now. I forgot, I have to give Earth Power to whatever the fuck. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's... People are just fucking stupid, man. Like, I don't understand. Like, in terms of what's being given, like, way more games are being sort of trotted out immediately, because when the Switch was released, all they had was, what? They had Breath of the Wild and, like, Mario Odyssey, and that was it. Like, nothing got ported in. Shit got ported in later. Right? So, yeah, the people who are pissed about this are just, like, kind of silly, in my opinion, I'll be honest. Yeah, it was a 2-year slow burn. Like, shit did not come out immediately for big releases on the fucking Switch too. On the first Switch, it took a while. So people complaining about that I just think are kind of foolish. We need the power increase. Our superior is getting very close to the point on where it will finally be useful. With Leaf Storm. Soon, very soon. It just needs a couple more levels. And then eventually it'll get Draco Meteor, and then it'll be godlike. Don't want Destiny Bond. What moves do you have? Your moves are fine. Lovely. Okay. Psychic Fangs? I mean, you don't even have Strong Jaw, so... Probably better than Night Slash. I probably should have taught Skull to Empoleon. That's okay. Okay. I guess the higher pricing could backfire with parents already cash-strapped buying kids games for their kids. That's more of just a general sort of like economic problem, though. I don't think that's necessarily a game studio's fault, for example. I think that's a more capitalism problem. I think. Because this would not be the case if people were actually getting paid well. Exactly. Like, like, back in the day, there was better, like, programs for being able to take care of kids and shit. Those have all been effectively stripped away and destroyed. So obviously it's much harder than before in order to be able to raise children. Way more expensive than it used to be, so, like... Yeah, I'm not very surprised that, like, you know, people are having troubles nowadays with being able to raise kids and shit. That does not really surprise me whatsoever. I think that's more of the fault of capitalism for that one, to be honest. I don't think there should be anyone that large earthquake here. No. Nah, yeah, no more funny number. You know, there's still some $70 games. It can always just be there, Stu. Still. I don't think it's game over for 69 quite yet. You don't need Poison Jab. You do need Sucker Punch. Stealth Rock. Stealth Cox. Biggest Dickus. Nasty Plotinators, huh? Biggest Dickus. It's a good bit. Good bit. Solid. Can't debate with it, to be honest. It's a good one. Biggest Dickus. You can get Earth Power when you evolve, so I will definitely give you Earth Power when you evolve. Dihydreigon. I guess I'm gonna have to buy those expansion pack things for, like, Breath of the Wild and shit. When I, inevitably get the whatever the fuck. That's true. When the fuck do you get Brave Bird, bro? Head Smash. It's fine, we got Hydreigon now. Dragon, you are going to get Earth Power. Last move is typically Nasty Plot. But that thing is pretty much raring and good to go. Finally, we have Scald for you. The only thing this thing is missing is its healing move. How about Flamethrower for now? Bro can learn fucking Focus Mess. Crazy. You don't need Flamethrower, you can just stick with Earth Power. Rather have U-Turn as utility. Can also I know it can learn Flash Cannon, but I don't think I need that. Conk can get Earthquake, huh? I'd much rather have Mach Punch on this thing, but I'll keep it Earthquake for now. Alright, some pretty nice little moveset updates so far for our boys. For the boys and the goyles. Okay, I'm trying to go to... There we go. The only thing that I'm missing on a bunch of these guys is Swords Dance, to be honest. Lucario can learn Earthquake. You don't need it, though. Okay, that's fine. Air Slash. When the fuck do you get fucking Moonblast again? Is it in the 60s? That's not Pokemon changes. It's 61. And the Nasty Plot at 68. All the rest of the damn list, dumbass. I think I'm just gonna do the evolution now for this damn thing. Moonblast at 65, Nasty Plot at 70. That's not much of a difference, to be honest. Okay, Sleep Powder is great. Meteor Mash is also pretty great. Finally, Crunch for you. No more shitty ass Bite. There's some instances where I was just like, man, I would really like to have Crunch right now so I can do more damage. There we go. I think we're just going to pull the trigger on this now. It has its main moves. Nasty Plot won't be for a while, so that's fine. Alright, time to create one of the most obnoxious fucking things on the planet. There we go. Now we have Togekiss. We've given you your moves. You can also just replace Double Kick with Flamethrower, although you'd much rather have Ice Beam. Although we don't have Ice Beam yet. We're gonna get that relatively soon. Recover. Scorching Sands is good, but it's not as strong as Earth Power. Earth Power does way more damage. Okay, this motherfucker just need... I just need to find its fucking evolution item. That is what you need. You need your item. Does my Excadrill have Mold Breaker? No. That's okay. Do that, get an early fast lead, and then... You know, another thing that I'm really missing is, fucking, ice types, man. When the fuck do you get Brave Bird? It's level fucking 60. Of course it's level 60. Whatever. We're gonna do this and then we're gonna keep yapping about more stuff. So he picked Snivy, which means he has a Lilligant, an Emboar, and Starmie. Curse this guy having multiple levitators. Chicken. I need to bring a water type for the Embor. This is a pretty good matchup against all of the things that he has in the back. Bring it, why not? God, when the hell are you gonna get Shadow Ball? When the hell am I gonna find Shadow Ball? That's one that we're missing. I could use pretty desperately. Is the move Shadow Ball? Oh, I wish I had Mold Breaker on my Excadrill so I could just plow through that fucking Electros, but I don't. I don't have Mold Breaker on Excadrill. Just burn it with this thing. Just 1v1 it with this thing. Why not? That'll work. And then one more thing. Let's bring Scizor. No, I should bring a water type probably, just for the Embor. Just to instantaneously RKO that thing. Okay, this works. Alright, where's that dipshit Hugh? I think that's the way forward. What do you want, Yancey? I think he comes from over here, I think. Yeah. Alright, shut down the presses, shut down the music. I've had that Jeff Keighley thing there. It's up there for like forever, Jesus Christ. Thank you, Jeff Keighley. Very cool. Thank you, Jeff. Very cool. Alright. Limit frame rate. Volume. Alright, let's get started. Alright, chat. Say hi, YouTube. YouTube! Hugh? Again? For what? This would be the 4th time, technically speaking. The team, we have a bunch of stuff that's probably gonna destroy him. Doesn't really matter. It's a Hugh fight. Okay, let's just get into it. Hey, man. He just wants to get right into it. I respect that, Hugh. I respect that, Hugh. He has no chill. I mean, this is the dude who's on a 5-year vengeance train to avenge his sister's purloin. But you're just gonna get instantly picked off. Smile. Smile. What the? A free pickoff. Crazy. Alright, we're gonna go into a fast U-turner. Give me something useful. I don't know. Whatever. The obvious Electros. Wish I had Mold Breaker on my Excadrill, because I would have just used that and then just to pick this thing off instantly, but I don't. So here's what we're gonna do instead. We're just gonna burn it. Hello. Give it mummy. Get mummied, idiot. Get mummied, doofus. What if I were to tell you that that's pointless? Smile. Alright. It's Jover. For this, Electros. Alright, well, goodbye. Lilligant, huh? Are you gonna try to put me to sleep? Are you gonna be annoying? I hope not. Give me your health. That's fine. More than likely, he's probably gonna try to, set up if I were to take a guess. So we're just gonna switch out. He does not want to set up, he just wants to attack. That's fine. Oh. Break the sash. Death. Well, that puts the sash back together. Because he wants to be cringe and heal. That's illegal in at least 7 different countries. Shaking my head. I mean, it doesn't really matter, though. Oh, you're dead. Brought this in because he wants to click cross chop. Unless he wants to do something silly, but like if he wants to be at like a complete dawn, then he just clicks wild charge, and I'll be like, all right, well, I guess you got me, Hugh. Sure, man. You got me, buddy. I didn't think he was gonna do that though. Alright, well, you're gonna die now. So that's left is the Starmie and the Flygon. The Flygon probably comes in now. It wants to click lunge. My attack stat. Was it the animation for Fling? I think that was the animation for Fling. That's very silly. Alright, well, we're just gonna punch you in the face really hard. Death. All that's left is the Starmie that doesn't have an ice move, so being locked in here is not that big of a deal. Even has a red card, so it would swap me out anyways, so even if it had the ice move, it's not that big of a deal. No. It still doesn't really matter. Ow. Okay, well. Goodbye. We do a little flex. Goodbye, Hugh. Easy clap. Hey, no problem, bro. You have fun with your vengeance. your personal vendetta. Well, anywho, gamers, YouTube. You know where to catch these live as always. Twitch.tv/DaHarumba. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good YouTube algo shit. You know how it is. Anyway, peace out, YouTube. I am fueling his. I am fueling Hugh's the vendetta. That man is all about one thing and one thing only, and it is vengeance. Okay. All right, who's ready to talk about the two silly things that are going on? Oh boy. Who's ready to talk about the silly wacky? The wacky silly. The nice memes. The nice memes indeed. Except I don't think these memes are very nice, I'll be honest. These memes are kind of goofy. Oh, brother. These memes stink. All right. Let's just get rid of that, I guess. So what else is there? What is after this fucking area? Pokemon changes, type changes, trainer changes. No, I want... It should be, yes, Zinzalin in cold storage. Then Benga, Winona, and Drayden. Winona is an Opelucid city. Same with Drayden. And then you do Zinzalin again. But this time he's going to be in the ship. And the whole event with the ship happens after you reach Humalau, I think. If I recall correctly, we shouldn't be able to go up north. We have to go south, I think. Well, we can't go to Route 13. Alright, I made the mistake of starting a Pokemon battle. Whilst exploring, seeing what I'm supposed to do. Curses. Curses. Okay, so yeah, if I were to go along Route 13, I would get to Black City, which you can't go into yet, because that's post-game. But you can reach Abundant Shrine, which has Landorus and stuff in it. And then there's the other shit, Route 13, where you're supposed to actually go to get to Opelucid and shit. Because Drayden is the next gym leader. Yeah, the path this game takes you on is very strange. Yes, you're supposed to go on Route 13. Route 13, then you get to Lacunosa Town, and then you get to Opelucid. Yes. Yes. Because otherwise you would have gone through Icarius City, but since the Bloy was blocked, you can't do that. You have to go the long way around. Right. Okay, cool. Let's get started. Alright, so, fucking... It's the day of reckoning, right? You know, Liberation Day. Big old Liberation Day. The reciprocal tariffs, they're here. Oh boy. So, alright. This is like... this is like really silly. So... do I need to go into like the problems with immediately with like just reciprocal tariffs? First off, like these are so if with the numbers. The numbers are basically the stuff that Trump is mad about, and these are the nice reciprocal tariffs. So basically every country gets a 10% tariff. Cuz Trump had a press conference in the Rose Garden about all of this, right? At 4 o'clock, exactly just as the stock markets closed. I wonder why he did it just as the stock markets closed. Oh, this is why. Crazy. Who would have thought? Yeah, 44% to Sri Lanka, a 34% tariff, and from what I understand, this is cumulative to the already, I think, about 25% that China has, right? There was a 10% one, and there's been like more tariffs slapped on top of China. Dude, like, again, Trump wants to bring back manufacturing, but like simple manufacturing back to the US. And it should be fairly obvious why that's fucking stupid. The US is an incredibly fucking rich country. You don't need to do like simple resource extraction / manufacturing. And I mean, here's like the thing, okay, with like the sort of idea. This was an idea that Vosh went over, and I pretty much agree with this. Part of the reason why he's doing this is because he wants a recession to happen, right? Let's be honest here. When a recession happens, what happens? All of the smaller businesses will go to have to file bankruptcy because they won't be able to sell their goods. It'll be much harder for them to be able to make payroll, pay the bills, blah, 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 blah. What happens when a recession happens? Generally speaking, venture capital firms and private equity go and immediately grab up all these businesses to basically strip them for parts and sell off the rest. In essence, basically, right? And this has been going on since like 2008 at the very least. This has been a constant occurrence with private equity, and they have like acquired like the rights to God knows how many different American companies. So we saw yesterday in that Ben Jordan video, like there used to be like 8,000 companies traded on the U.S. stock market. It's cut in half to this day, which is fucking crazy, right? And guess what? Guess who's all responsible for that? Private fucking equity. So part of that is why they want the recession to happen. But also, he wants the recession to happen because he wants to make the U.S. economy more simpler. Make it more easier for the oligarchy, for the billionaires to have control over your average citizenry. Because with the country being as well educated and as wealthy as it is, it's really, really difficult. Think about it. It's really difficult in order to be able to push these sort of like feudalistic like measures, because like Trump wants to essentially be a king. Let's be honest here. He wants to be a monarch. He wants to be the king that's on top with all of his like little nobleman oligarch buddies below him. It's really hard to do that in an incredibly advanced first world society. Much easier to do that in a backwater shithole. Looking at you, Russia, for example. So it's much easier to simplify the economy, make it more about sort of wealth extraction through raw resources and raw material, gutting education, because the Department of Education is pretty much just completely kaput at this point, or sort of stripped to a point where I'm basically like, no, I disagree with this, Boy Meets Mini. Why are they giving up on democracy? Because first off, the Democrats are not doing a very good job at messaging in terms of being the arbiters of democracy, but also because the economy is dog shit. 2008 was not a good enough, was definitely not a good enough response. Like, the response in 2008 was bad. Who got bailed out? The banks instead of the homeowners. If the homeowners were the ones that got bailed out, this would not be a sort of, this would not be as big of a deal. I don't think people would be giving up on democracy as much. Let's be honest here. People don't want to participate in the system. They are apathetic because they think, rightfully so, what's the fucking point? This right here is supposed to be there to sort of, catalyze that sort of same apathy through economic hardship. Because Trump himself has also admitted there will be economic hardship once he does all these like dumbass fucking tariffs. Dude, the fact that Israel is getting a 17% tariff, more than like fucking Turkey and like Colombia and Chile, is so fucking funny to me. So like, if you even look at the image itself, what does it even say? Like, how the tariffs are being done. I can't fucking zoom in because, again, I hate this shit. Like, part of it is through trade barriers and currency manipulation. The thing is like, a lot of these countries have like 10% on them. Does that mean they didn't have any and they put that there so they could justify the 10% tariff? Because these are general reciprocal tariffs, right? It's incredibly fucking ramshackle, right? Like, some of the most random of random fucking countries are on here. Like, fucking Togo and Belize and shit. Well, that's the clothing industry right there. Fucking Oman, Qatar, Bahrain, the Ukrainians for some reason, that's cool, fantastic. Like what else? Like, even like uninhabited fucking islands. And are the Russians actually on there? I don't think so, but it doesn't matter if the Russians are on there, right? Because they're getting sanctioned. That's a different case. Are the Iranians on there? I don't think Iran was on there either, because they're getting sanctioned as well. Cuba was not on there because they're getting embargoed still. So that's true. Oh, so what do you want, Ford? Shut your fucking bitch ass up. What do you mean I'm fucking missing content? Shut up. Shut up, you stupid bitch. I watched the fucking direct. We talked about it already. Fuck you. Alright. Ford's fucking prattle aside. But yeah, like this sort of like I'm trying to like think like how is he like calculating these reciprocal fucking tariffs, right? I don't even know. What does this mean? How is this calculated? The fact that he's just like sort of haphazardly choosing half of this, and I think it's because of what I said earlier. He wants to prompt a recession. He wants to make the economy worse and simplify the economy because it's much easier to establish control. Broadly speaking, I think that's pretty much the main reason. It's about establishing a hierarchical system because it's way easier to take over economies that are simply based off of simple resource extraction because hey, the populace just goes to the mines or goes to the fields and tills the fields or mines for resources, and it's way easier to maintain a sort of dictatorial, sort of totalitarian state that way. Which is why he wants to bring back simple manufacturing. Because again, like, dude, it's so fucking simple to understand. Does an incredibly advanced first world country like the US, does it have to do fucking simple manufacturing? No. That's why the globalized economy exists, and that's why the outsourcing fucking exists. It's just so fucking ridiculous. And the attempts to bring back manufacturing are, guess what? Whoa. They've all been fucking destroyed. The CHIPS
My
Act,
source is that I made it the fuck up.
The CHIPS Act literally brought back manufacturing to the US, and Trump's just like, no, we're gonna destroy it all because fuck you. And that's true, Ford. That is always the answer to conservatives. Made this shit up. And I mean, look at this. Pre-market enters extreme fear as stocks plunge. And there's a reason why he did this after. Why he did this all after trading at the stock market occurred. Because if he announced this now, look at this. Look at how there was this spike up here right at the beginning because there was we'll get to this eventually. Elon literally said that, hey, or not Elon, but Trump literally said, like, we're going to do something about fucking Elon. He's probably not going to be a part of the inner circle anymore because he fucked up in Wisconsin too badly. And there was a hype initially because of that, because Elon's been such a disastrous moron and idiot. And then he started talking about the reciprocal tariffs. And, shoop, immediate fucking drop off. This is also affecting the US dollar as well. So yeah, I mean, it's just a complete shit show disaster. Like, literally, he's even going after places that are completely uninhabited. Oh man, not the herd in McDonald Islands. Sao Tome and Principe. The British Indian Ocean Territory. Yeah, bro. Those places definitely need to be fucking tariffed. What the fuck is Reunion, by the way? Like, it should pretty much tell you how just stupidly haphazard all of this shit basically is. It's just fucking nonsense. You know? He just wants to punish people because, like, he thinks, like, the U.S. is, like, suffering, like, trade deficits or, like, there's currency manipulation and trade barriers going on. It's just nonsense. Right, I heard about Diego Garcia. Right, that's where they're moving a bunch of B-2s, right? Boy Meets Mini, because of Trump is threatening to bomb Iran. That's another thing he's doing as well. He's threatening to bomb Iran. And he moved a bunch of B-2 spirits to Diego Garcia, which is basically just a military base. Right. That's what's going on. But yeah, I mean, like, this is the point of these tariffs, right? Trump wants to cause a recession because everyone's going to suffer globally. Like, even though Canada and Mexico are not on there because of the USMCA or whatever, we're still going to suffer from this anyways. It doesn't matter. Like, a lot of stuff still comes through us through the US, blah, 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 blah. And still, like, Trump could just do random fucking bullshit if he wanted to. But, like, he's, like, literally tariffing everyone for, like, No fucking reason. It's really, really silly. Well, we know the reason. He wants to simplify the economy so then it's easier to control the broader populace of the US. But it's not gonna work. Yeah, I don't think it's just not gonna work. It's too fucking stupid and silly and just like idiotically regressive for this like strategy to work. Again, I've said this before, but he's literally like his mind is stuck in like in the 1880s because this is what William McKinley did and like Herbert Hoover as well. Although Hoover was a little bit later, but this is what Hoover did, and guess what? That's part of the reason why the Great Depression happened, because of a lot of Hoover. There's other factors as well, of course. But Hoover did a bunch of tariffs. It fucked with the economy so much, and guess what? That's part of the reason why it caused the collapse. It's just silly, to be honest, and he's just doing it because he's like a spiteful fucking weirdo. I mean, we're gonna see what happens tomorrow. We're gonna be. Instead of just having our current series of keeping up with the tariffs, it's going to be soon keeping up with the stock market to see the broader fucking reaction to what's going on. It's just silly, I'll be honest. Very, very goofy. All right, what is this Bricky video that you're fucking talking about, Papega? What do you want? You know, you can just post the link, puto. If you want to just post the link, it'll get bipped by the bot, but who gives a fuck? What is this about? Britchard video? What if I don't want? Well, you fucking mentioned it. What do you want? All I know is that he was on like Jesse Cox's fucking podcast, I think, or some shit talking about Warhammer. What is this? I think I know he said that he was like rendering a big fucking video or some shit. What is this about? Oh. Oh, that's what this was about. I knew he was remaking this video, right? He remade his every single faction re-explained video. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The thing that got like every VTuber into Warhammer is about to get a lot of VTubers into more of them into Warhammer. Yeah, it's a big day for videos and shit today. Oh, he wanted to upload this on.
Well, we're fucked.
He wanted this to be uploaded during April Fool's Day because it would have been funny. But since it took too long to fucking render. That's not happening anymore. It got uploaded today instead. Also, yeah, this was a fucking hour ago. I've been streaming this whole time. Fuck you. Of course I didn't see this, puto. Yeah, Adobe Premiere was just like, haha, actually not rendering. That's what actually happened. Okay, well, you know, cool. What, do you want me to react to this, Ford, on stream? Is that what you want? I'm not a VTuber, Ford. Yeah, why? Okay. Why not? Okay. Why not? I like Warhammer. You like Warhammer. Everyone likes Warhammer. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there we go. Every 40k faction re-explained. Free views, puta. Puto, like, I mean, you know, if I get them, I get them. I don't, I don't. You know. But Bricky is the type of guy who does not like people reacting to his videos unless you ask him, I think. Otherwise, I don't think he cares. Don't fucking kill me. Fuck off. I respect Bricky, alright? And I think you are Papega. That's all I have to say. Fuck you. I'm willing to respect that wish. Okay, did not want that to... Stop that. Okay. Alright. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. More Elon Musk tomfoolery. I suppose it's time to talk about the fallout of Elon Musk dipping his toes into trying to be a political advocate. Is that even correct to say? Whatever, who cares? The fallout of the Wisconsin election. Trump tells Inner Circle Musk will leave soon. Politico. Wasn't there like a Harry Enton sort of bit saying how Musk is seen as a political liability, which is true. Yeah, he is seen as pretty much a political liability nowadays because people just are just like, yeah, this Elon guy, he's kind of an idiot and we don't like him. He's kind of cringe and stupid, which very true and real. Yeah, he is kind of cringe and stupid. I mean, we all know, like, all the dumbass shit he's doing with Doge, and it's just a complete fucking disaster, right? Shit show disaster, it's stupid. Whoa, crazy. And people don't like him for it. Who would have thought such a thing could happen? Let's see. This was a pretty fascinating thing, okay? Elon's involvement in the Wisconsin Supreme Court race cost his candidate around 5% of the vote, even though he spent $25 million on his behalf. Dude, yeah, negative partisanship is also just a really, really powerful tool. Everyone does not like fucking Elon at all. Because I was anticipating, because like when Susan Crawford won, I was anticipating that it would probably be a relatively close race. I think she won by like when the counting and everything was done, she won by like 300,000 votes. She won by like 12%. It was like a pretty like bad smackdown. And like Wisconsin's a swing state. 12 points in a swing state is a wipeout, like you just said, Boy Meets Mini. That's pretty bad. And that's just like a frank repudiation of like Elon Musk's just complete tomfoolery. He's just complete skullduggery. Double whammy too, because this will help Wisconsin ungerrymandered their congressional districts. That is absolutely correct. Took the words right out of my mouth there, Boy Meets Mini. Yeah, their maps are slated to be looked at in I believe 2028, I think, right? And once those get ungerrymandered, I think like the Democrats are slated to get 2 more seats in the House. And given how close the Republican margins have been as of recent, 2 seats, that's pretty much like unlosable for the Republicans. But I mean, we already know, like with the Greg Palast investigations, broadly speaking, that the Republicans will do anything possible to cheat their way into a victory, whether it be through gerrymandering, the poll vigilantes, like basically like bullying people into voting for Trump, or like the stupid bullshit they do with ballots. They'll do anything possible to cheat. Like, what? Again, I've pointed this figure before, but Greg Palast found that about 3.6 million voters who would have voted for Kamala were not able to vote for Kamala because of the gerrymandering, the closing of polling stations, a lot of stupid voter ID laws that also happened as well. Complete utter nonsense like that. But something that is also incredibly powerful is also negative partisanship. If someone just fucking hates your guts, they will do anything possible to try to vote against you. And I mean, again, look at this. This is the map of every single district within Wisconsin. All of them voted more Democrat because they just hate Elon Musk. I mean, just like Aaron Reed says, like, you have to throw trans people under the bus to win elections as a Democrat. Trans political ads work. The public is reacting to trans people poorly. Yeah, the idea that that is the case is just like, it's nonsense, right? That's what she's mostly pointing out here, too. Like, there was like a thing, something like where the American people were asked to rate like the most important issues, and this is something that happened like a couple months ago, so it's pretty recent. They were asked to like rate political issues. Out of like the 22 political issues, I think trans issues are like, they were like 20th or 21st out of 22. It ranked extremely low. Nobody fucking gives a shit. So the idea that people are like, ah, man, dude, whoa, we gotta be super anti-trans in order to be able to win elections is fucking bullshit. These are just people who want to be anti-trans because they just want to be anti-trans. That's it. Or they just don't like trans people. They just want to throw them on the bus for like no reason. But yeah, look at this. Every fucking district in Wisconsin shifted more Democrat. If that's just not a repudiation of like Musk's idiotic bullshit, then I don't know what else is. This is like pretty fucking clear. Like probably even in the most rural of fucking rural districts. And I mean, that's why, again, Trump's looking to probably get rid of him. Elon's too much of a political liability. But then we have to ask ourselves the question, can Trump get rid of Elon? Maybe like give him like less like valued roles and advisory positions, maybe. But Elon is like the main reason, one of the main reasons why Trump was able to win, because he bankrolled his entire campaign, like with what, $500 million or something? It was like $500 million or some shit. Or was it 500? Yeah, it was like $500 million. That he gave to the Trump campaign. Pretty much like bankrolling like half of his funds to be able to run within the presidential election. So like, given how like integrated he is he really going to be gotten rid of? Like with the Doge, with the private servers, in the sort of like government sort of like databases and everything? I don't know. That's like a whole other question, right? But you know, we're just gonna you know, do a little bit of Elon cope real quick. Very important. I expected to lose, but there is value to losing a piece for a positional gain. Nah, bro. This is like a pretty sort of like stark repudiation of your fucking bullshit. You were the main guy who bankrolled the fucking Supreme Court candidate within Wisconsin, the Republican Supreme Court candidate. And keep in mind, this guy and Elon are basically ideologically the same. The dude is also fucking insane. He was like talking about like negging like his fucking 8-year-old daughter or some shit. Just like doing fucking like psychological abuse, justifying like psychological abuse to his like 8-year-old or some shit. So the Brian Shamil guy, I think that's his name. Who the fuck cares? That dude's a piece of shit, because we all know like what the Democratic messaging is going to be on this. Man, look, we knew that there are still good Republicans out there. They didn't want to go for this extremist MAGA agenda. It's like, no, dude, that's not the lesson you should be taking away from this, because that dude is a Republican through and fucking through. There's no such thing as a good Republican. They're all just evil, terrible, wretched human beings. And like, even the immediate reaction from like a lot of like Republicans were saying like, they stole this election. They cheated. They cheated. And here's the thing. There were 2 other special elections, I think, in Matt Gaetz's old district and the Florida 6th congressional district, which was Mike Waltz's old district, I think. Could be the other way around or something. Those were plus 30 Trump districts. Now, the Democrats didn't win there. I wasn't expecting them to win. The margins got slashed in half. That's fucking crazy. In plus 30 districts, those leads being slashed in half is fucking... that's a pretty scary sign for the Republicans. Because those are pretty safe fucking districts. I mean, I've said this before. If those, like, somehow became purple fucking districts all of a sudden, like, that's a really bad fucking sign. Like, that would be really, really bad. But even just a half of that lead getting completely slashed is pretty fucking spooky. Let's be fucking honest. Especially if, like, you do, like, more chud-coded ads and not tying yourself to the Democratic Party. I think that could be really, really effective. I think, like, independent candidates could easily, like, potentially rise up from those, like, districts if that's a trend that continues and people get pissed enough with the Republicans. Well, you just have to wait and see. Like, you know, pretty much it's just going to be the midterms at this point, right? And who knows what Trump could fucking do. I mean, like, currently with this fucking tariff shit that's going on, like, people already fucking hate his guts, saying, like, yeah, dude, this is just really stupid. And we're gonna see, certainly tomorrow, the sort of, like, aftermaths of what's going on. We just gotta wait and see at this point. But this, you know, Elon's copium aside, because of course, Elon always copes, because he's a fucking loser, a narcissistic fucking dipshit. Like, of course he fucking said this shit, man. Like, he's just mad. He can't admit that he's mad about losing, because, you know, that would be a loss in his mind. So, you know, I personally, if I were the Republicans, if I were Trump, he should just not get rid of Elon Musk. He should keep him on as a political liability. Personally, that's my opinion. I'll be honest. He should keep him on and continue to drag down the Republican Party into the shithole, because, you know, I love negative negative partisanship, making people go out and vote because of how much they fucking hate Elon. It makes him really mad, which is always very funny. That's all I have to really say, to be honest. What is this? Why his smile backwards? That's a good question. That is how he smiles, right? It's so weird that he smiles like that. Why do you smile like that, bro? That's not a smile. That's so fucking weird. I mean, it's either that or he does his, like, awkward, weird, like, tism laugh. Like, like, he can't, like, laugh like a normal person. He's just, like, he's such a fucking weird individual. He's just such a fucking weirdo, man. Very, very strange. Very strange. Very cringe. Very stupid. And I hate him. Alright, who are we rating out to today? God, I keep seeing the fucking stupid Ethan Klein fucking thing. He keeps refreshing the stream and constantly is doing the stupid content nuke rerun. Stop it. Ethan, no one likes that shit. Everyone thinks it's soy and cringe and that you are soy and cringe. Stop. No more. There will be no more cringe content nukes. Dude, when he drops part 2, I'm definitely gonna talk about that shit and just make fun of it. I will do it. I will just make fun of it and call it stupid. Alright, anywho. We're gonna rate out. Amy Lark. Why don't we go there? It's gotten so bad that Denims has the... Eli Denims' streaming sound bit from her show as her gift set alert. That's pretty funny. Damn, I didn't know that Ela is so obsessed with Denim's streaming. Would have thought. Alright, dorks, raid messages. You know what to do, you know what to say. Transfer ride with a Daho raid buff. If you're a sub, if you're a non-sub, you say the WoWie with a Daho raid buff. I wish show appreciation. Those are 2K gamers. I will be back tomorrow, and I think it's about time we do another. Should I do another Yap session? It's either gonna be a Yap session or I'm just gonna stream Pokemon again. I just want to see, because I'm gonna talk about like what the fuck's gonna happen because of all these like stupid tariffs, right? We're gonna see what happens, and then we're gonna go from there. That's gonna be my plan, okay? So, well, we'll see. Anywho, I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, same face. Peace out, gamers.